Hello everyone, today in this lecture I am going to explain synecdoche and metonymy, and at last I will also tell you the main difference between them. But before I start this lecture, if you are new to my channel then please like the video and subscribe the channel. Let's first learn metonymy. It can be defined as: metonymy is a figure of speech where a thing or concept is referred to by the name of something closely associated with that thing or concept. In simpler terms, it's using a related word or phrase to represent something else. What does it mean? Simply, it means that metonymy is nothing but it is like other figure of speech like simile, metaphor, and personification. But in this figure of speech, when we talk about something but we don't mention it directly but we mention by a thing that is closely related with it. In other words, you can say that metonymy is a figure of speech where a thing is referred to by the name of something closely associated with that thing or concept. In simpler terms, it's using a related word or phrase to represent something else. I think you are not getting the point. Let me give you some examples, then you'll understand it. The White House issued a statement today. Look at this example. Here, instead of saying, the US President issued a statement, we use, the White House, to refer to the US presidency. You can see for the US President we have used the White House, and as you know that White House is closely related to President. So it is metonymy because the President is not stated directly but through the associated thing he is represented. If metonymy is not used, then this sentence would be like this: the US President issued a statement. Actually, there are many examples like this. The classroom was silent during the exam. Observe this example. Here the classroom is used instead of the students. Basically, as we have said, that metonymy is used to talk about an associated thing instead of another thing directly. So here classroom is closely associated with students. If it were not a metonymy, then it would be like this: the students were silent during the exam. You can see this is another example of metonymy. The kitchen is busy tonight. Look at this example. As you know that a kitchen is associated with a chef. So instead of a chef the kitchen is used. Basically, here the speaker is not talking about the chef directly but he is talking about a thing that is closely associated with the chef. Actually, instead of this sentence, the chef is busy tonight, the speaker has used the sentence, the kitchen is busy tonight. As you have understood the concept of metonymy, now it's the time to explain synecdoche. It can be defined as: synecdoche is a figure of speech where a part of something is used to represent the whole, or the whole is used to represent a part. It's a way of simplifying language by letting a single word stand in for a bigger concept. What does it mean? Simply, it is not something difficult, but it is also a figure of speech, but it refers to a way of using a part of something to mean the whole thing, or using the whole thing to represent just a part. Simply, it means that when we talk about a thing and we don't mention the whole thing but mention the part of it, or if we try to talk about the part of a thing but we don't mention the part of it but mention the whole thing. Simply, this practice is called synecdoche. I think you are not getting the point. Let me give you some examples, then you'll understand it. I just got new wheels. Look at this example. Here, wheels is a synecdoche where a part of a car, the wheels, is used to refer to the whole car. Actually, we don't mean just the wheels, we mean the entire vehicle. This is an example of using a part to represent the whole. As we said in definition, that when a part represents the whole or whole is represented by the part is called a synecdoche. So this is a synecdoche. There are many examples like this. We need more hands in the field. Look at this example. In this sentence, hands, refers to workers or people who can help. We're not just asking for people's hands, we need the whole person. Here, we're using a body part, hands, to represent the whole individual. This phrase is commonly used to mean extra help or more workers. Simply, you can see that the whole body is represented by the part of it. Both of these examples represent the whole through the part, and let me give you an example which represents a part through the whole. The school won the championship. Look at this example here. The school represents only the team or group of students who participated in the championship, not the entire school. Actually, the team of the school is the part of it, but this part is represented by the whole. Simply, it means that not all school members were involved, but only the selected students participated in the game. You can see the part is represented by the whole, so this is also another example synecdoche. As you have understood it, let me tell you in simple words the difference between metonymy and synecdoche. In synecdoche, a part represents the whole and vice versa. This is the main difference that you should keep in mind, that by this point it means that in this figure of speech a part of a thing represents the whole. To put it simple, as we gave example in synecdoche, that we need more hands in the field. Here the whole body is represented by its parts of body, hands. You can see hands are the parts of the body which can something outside of it. But in metonymy, a word is substituted for another word that is closely associated with it. Simply, it means that it is different from a synecdoche because it also represents one thing through another thing, but it does not talk about its part to represent the whole. Instead, it represents one thing through another thing which is closely associated with it. As we gave examples like, the White House issued the statement. Here the White House is the part of U.S. President, but it is closely related to the President. Though President is represent, but he is not represent through his part, but he represented through a thing which closely associated with him. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, but please don't forget like to the video and subscription to my channel. Thank you.